Well, first of all, I want to congratulate all of you. I am breathless as I sit here today, and not just because of all the finery in front of me, but also from the film last night. You guys are beyond badass. Amazing job. And I've talked to all of the elder statesmen, shall we say, previously about this film. So let's tackle the new guys to the team. Can you talk a little bit about the learning curve of blending action, learning armament and weaponry, and the benefits of having Brad Martin and J.J. Perry in your corner as stunt coordinator and fight choreographer? You can start, Kellen.
Well, sure. You know, I think that's why we all love action movies. You know, we all love shooting guns, and we all love learning new techniques. I know for myself, I'm a motocross player, so you know, every time, every new action movie, I get to learn some new trait. Working with them, and to add Dan Bradley, who's the master of second unit and stunt choreography, and just compiling both of them together. I think what you had with the first one was the gem of all the action, you know, and you had a lot of blood and guts. Second one, you had the humor. So what Sly's done with this third one, it's all trial and error. If you don't mind me, well, yeah. If you don't mind me, I just got done with the press tour, so I learned what to say, kind of. And, you know, with this third one, you have a great layering of the action and the comedy, and then with all the stunts. I mean, we're all athletic individuals. I think, you know, we all live an active lifestyle, so we get to push and push and push. And I think all the stunt guys, you know, with AJ and Matt and Dan, they all know what we can do, and they push us to do even more. So it gets bigger and louder, and you know, we definitely had a lot of fun doing this one.
Well, it's also a little bit of a boys' club. Like, there's a lot of pressure to, like, do the stunts yourself. Like, nobody, you know, if they're like, oh, do you want a double? You're like, you can't do a double. Like, they're like, oh, you really want a double? So there's this one stunt that, JJ does where he gets blown off a bridge. And I go, JJ, that was crazy. He goes, no, man, that was loco. He lifts up his shirt, and it's loco tattooed on his stomach.
I mean, JJ was awesome just in general that he truly tried to customize everything to us. So, I mean, I come from an athletic background, and he specifically found a bunch of like judo and sambo specialists just for me in my fights, and not just judo techniques for me to do, but people that, in judo, the person taking the fall is called the uke, and so he brought in a lot of people that were very proper ukes and knew how to take a good fall, and made things really easy for me personally. And then it was great just learning stuff. Like, my favorite things is when we got to learn how to clear premises together. Like, we all took turns like being point, and you're like, okay, this is how we do it Israeli style, this is how you do it Army style, this is Marine style.
That's
and
probably where I had the most problem. Remember that?
He just goes around the corner like, tactical, come on.
Dude, your barrel's
the
pointing
hardest
at
part
me.
for Victor is when we have to like go in through a new door, we have to give commands silently, and his silence is something that I haven't really seen yet.
People say I'm a little loud, but I don't believe
No,
it.
they called you wannabe Rambo. But then he just busts in a room and starts shooting.
Yeah, and Dan was awesome in that he would just kind of just let me go. So if I have like the whole choreography like memorized every time, so if I start, it's hard for me to stop because I don't really hear him say stop. So he would just let it keep rolling and let me just go through the whole thing every time. And he was awesome. He was really fun to work with. I had a great time.
Great. Question right here. Sure. This is for Sly. It's been announced. First of all, it's a remarkable, Sly, that anybody's had 3 franchises in Hollywood history, and it's been announced that there's an Expendables 4 in the works. How long do you think this can go on, and could it ever go on and be with you being expendable? And secondly,
I'll keep him back. I'll keep him back.
And secondly,
after the fifth Expendables, you start wearing Dependables, so you just you just keep going.
And also, Sly, you've been announced to play Scarpa, the notorious Italian-American gangster.
Yes.
And when you started out in the 70s, there was the Italian Anti-Defamation League. And I wonder if somebody like Rocky Balboa changed the image of Italian-Americans so that you can do a movie about a big Italian-American gangster today without any kind of protest.
Yeah, I think so. But basically, whatever Rocky did is for positive Italian images. Pizza has been keeping it going. I mean, you can't. Anyone that invented pizza can't be all bad. Let's face it, seriously.
Great, Brad.
Unless the pepperoni's rigged with C4. But anyway, that's not happening. I think this, but then again, you had The Sopranos, which is bigger than any mafia franchise ever. It's just, but I don't want it to. I think it's important that it's controversial because it is a real faction of American, culture, and that's the mystique. So you just play into that. You honor it. If a guy is bad, he's bad, and as long as you have good music in the background, it's okay. Like The Godfather, it makes it okay.
There you go.